Alright, I'm out here to perform the maiden flight of the King Kong LDARC Tiny Wing 450. It is really overcast today, and the wind is 4 to 7. Not optimal for such a tiny little wing, but you know what? It's gyro stabilized, right? Should handle it. Alright, let's get ready to toss it into the wind. Here we go. Oh, I definitely need I definitely need more elevator throw on this. But it is very stable, I have to say. And you can definitely see the flashing lights on it to tell you what mode you're in. Into the wind. I hope you guys can see this. I know it's going to be difficult to see this light colored wing against this gray background. But I've got it in mixed mode right now. And I've got full elevator deflection right now, so that's not good. There's a roll. It's pretty fast little wing. I'm definitely not going to be able to do a loop with it until I get my elevator throws back up. I kicked down my dual rates to 70%. But yeah, it is not having a problem in this 4 to 7 mile an hour wind. I have to say it is flying pretty smooth, even in mixed mode. I'm pretty impressed with that. Okay, let's bring it in and see if we can land it. That's in mixed mode. I'll take it back up here in a few minutes and put it in complete gyro stabilization mode. Whoa, that little thing. I think it's because it's so heavy. That wasn't a very good glide, I must say. But everything is intact. I have 11.5 grams of weight on that. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to throw this in the wind again, but I'm not so sure that CG is correct. I'm going to remove one of these coins from the front, cut that nose weight in half, and then let's see what we have. I have removed the nose weight from this because it still seemed, even with 1/4 on it, it seemed like it was pretty nose heavy. So let me see where this thing. Right now the CG is balancing about where the servo wires come out of the fuselage. So I'm going to try this and see how well that works, because even with the 1/4 on there, which is about 5.6 grams, it seemed kind of nose heavy. So I've got it in mix mode again. Let's see how well it flies this way. That is a speedy little wing, I'm telling you. If I can bring it down a bit here. There we go, man. The wind, I think, is picking up more now than what it was when I took off, and it was 4 to 7. But it seems to be handling it pretty well with the gyro. I don't think I would want to fly it today without gyro stabilization. Check that out. Alright, now let's see, with that nose weight off, can we do a loop, a decent loop? There we go. Now let's see my aileron control now. Oh, that's fast. I think I'm gonna tone down my ailerons a bit. That was a very fast roll. Yeah, doesn't have any problem rolling, that's for sure. But let me see here. It just kind of floats out of that loop with the gyro. Throttle way back here. I wish I could get you guys some better footage today, but man, it is windy out here. But I'm pretty impressed with this little wing, I have to say. I don't think that the specified CG was correct, but I'm gonna get some altitude here and then put it in manual mode and see. Okay, that's in manual mode now. Full manual. Yeah, I tell you what, I think that CG was pretty far off. Let's see what kind of glide we get. Yeah. I mean, it is nosing up a bit. You know, it could use a little bit of weight on the nose. I think it is a little bit tail, yeah, it's a little bit tail heavy. I'm going to put it back in 3-axis mode. But I was surprised when I had it there in full manual mode that it was as easy to control as it was. I'm pretty impressed with this little wing. You know, when I found out how much weight I had to put on the nose, or thought I was going to have to put on the nose, I was pretty disappointed at that. But it looks like it's going to require a lot less nose weight with the size and weight battery that I'm using. But anyway, let's see if we can bring it in here for a landing. Oh.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that maiden flight. I had a blast with this little guy out there. I put 6 battery packs through it, and I only had 3 of the 450s that weighed 24 grams, and I had 3 400 milliamp 2-cell lipos that were lighter than the 450s, and it still flew just fine. When I first launched it on the Maiden, you saw that it really, I couldn't get it off the ground, and I thought that it was because I didn't have enough dual rate in my elevators, but I needed more dual rate in my elevators, but that wasn't the problem. The problem was that it was so nose heavy. When I launched it, it was so nose heavy I couldn't pull it up off the ground until I picked up some speed. So after I removed all of my nose weight and then moved my battery all the way forward, it was just ever so slightly tail heavy. So I think with a 24 gram 2-cell lipo and a micro FPV camera in the nose, I think that it's going to be balanced right where I want it, where it's comfortable for me, where it has a good response in the roll axis and good response in the pitch axis. Now I measured, when I got back, I measured from the nose to where this groove is, where the servo wires go through, and that is 125 millimeters back from the nose, not 112. So 112 millimeters back from the nose makes it extremely nose heavy, because I had it at a neutral balance at 112 millimeters, and you saw the result. So my suggestion would be, since I had a lot of wind out there, I didn't have a chance to get it all trimmed out, but I know that the way I like it balanced, it's going to be somewhere between 120 to 125 millimeters back of the nose. So I would suggest start off with your CG at 120 millimeters back from the nose, and then go from there. The roll rate that I liked was 85% dual rate on the ailerons. Start off with 100% dual rate on the elevators. If you still need more in the pitch axis, I went to 110%. But start off at 100 and test it and see what you think. I think if you do those things, those three things, you will have a very successful Maiden and will fly very well. What else? Oh, the glue that I use foam tack, and I've used it on all different kinds of foam, and it's worked great. But on this EPP foam, I came in for a landing on my 6 battery pack, and when I landed, the vertical stabilizer popped right out of it. And before that happened, I think it was after my 2nd flight or my 3rd flight, this one popped out. So what I did was I had some packing tape with me, and I went ahead and I taped it back in so I could get some more flights on it. But I'm going to have to find a different glue to secure these vertical stabilizers in. That's the first time that I have seen foam tack give up on a joint like that. Apparently this EPP foam is a little bit too slick for it. I may just have to roughen it up, on the bottom edge and inside the slot, and then try gluing it in again and see how well that holds. But yeah, I was really surprised. It didn't rip or anything. It just popped right out. So, but this is a very fun little wing. I flew 6 flights today. I filmed 5 of them. So I'm going to be posting more flight videos of this. The next flight video you'll also see me demonstrate it in full gyro mode. And I can't say enough about the gyro system on this. I mean, we had a 4 to 7 mile an hour wind on the ground. If you get 20 or 30 feet up, I know it's more than 4 to 7. And I was coming across in a crosswind, and it held its line. It stayed nice and level, and it held its altitude, and in 6-axis and 3-axis mode. So I can't say enough about the gyro system. So it's a very, very fun wing to fly. I'm going to be putting a lot of flights on it. Next time I go out, I will have an FPV camera in it, do some FPV flying with it. So I hope you enjoyed that Maiden flight. I had a lot of fun with it this morning. Even though it was windy, it did a fantastic job in the wind. I don't think I would hesitate to fly this in 10, 12 mile an hour wind. I think it would be able to handle it. So thank you for watching. Please give a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Watch for more videos of this little guy, because there will be a lot of them. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Check out our Patreon site. We have a lot of free content there as well. And I will see you in the air.